Martin asks the Voidcaster to make the portal bigger, and the pressure tears Finn's arm off. Every one of these characters had a breaking point.
No!
What character do y'all think had the most breaking point?
I'm lost in the darkness.
You just didn't see it.
Do you want to talk about
it?
No.
Here are 5 characters the show quietly destroyed, and the exact episodes where it happened. Starting with the one the show broke in 3 different ways before he even turned 16.
Alright, I do see AdventureTime, but I don't know about the breaking point of Finn.
Platter tough guy.
Finn is the hero of AdventureTime, the last known human in the land of Ooh.
Oh,
who genuinely has a good heart. He'll drop everything to help anyone in need.
That's
but
crazy.
then season 5 arrived, and the show decided to take him apart in the most horrifying way. First, he lost the girl, then he lost his father, and finally,
he did. He lost the girl, the father, and he did lost his arm too.
It starts with Frost and Fire, and this is where Finn makes the worst decision of his life.
Wait, what episode was this?
You on that log!
Finn has finally found real love. He's in a relationship with the Flame Princess.
Because you gotta understand, he tried his best with Princess Bubblegum and failed every time. So Fire Princess was the best one he could ever go with.
His first real girlfriend, and things are actually pretty good between them. Then one day, Flame Princess and Ice King get into a small fight near the treehouse, and that night, Finn has a dream about it. A dream that gives him a sensation he cannot name and cannot stop chasing.
My body was on fire.
I
think it was inspired by Flame Princess battling Ice King yesterday.
You can probably guess what kind of dream that was. Anyway, he decided to engineer it in real life. He forges letters, he lies to both of them. He tricks Flame Princess and Ice King into fighting each other again, then again, escalating each time because he cannot finish the dream, and he needs to. He keeps going even with Ice King's
stupid. Come on, Finn. You should mess up a good relationship because you're trying to finish up a dream that you have between them two.
Kingdom starts getting destroyed and real people are getting hurt.
I maybe went too far with this, Jazz.
I think you have overreacted a little. When Flame Princess finds out, she does not murder him. Instead, she says this.
You were the one person I need.
Wow. What would you do if your best friend manipulate you like Finn did to Flame Princess? Will you ever forgive them? Let me know in the comments right now.
Some time alone.
And walks away without finishing the sentence. And I think that unfinished sentence is one of the most devastating things this man has experienced. Because he knew exactly what was supposed to come after. She thought he was the one person she could trust.
You blew it, man.
This is the first time in AdventureTime that Finn causes his own loss, not to a villain.
It is, because normally Finn don't really cause it on their mind or loss, but it kind of stupid when he didn't.
Or bad luck. That would be enough to break a character. But this is only the first episode. One season later, in Escape from the Citadel, Finn finally meets his biological father.
Also, Finn's your son.
Biological father?
Martin Mertens is charming, vague, and completely disinterested in his son.
Hey, good for you, kid.
He has no clear memory of Finn. At one point, he calls him Flynn. And the second a portal opens to escape the Citadel, Martin starts calculating how fast he can get through it without his son slowing him down. He's not the father Finn spent his entire life imagining.
You know me. I'm a funny guy.
No. See,
Finn grabs the platform Martin is escaping on. Literally grabs it with both his hands and holds on, trying to keep this man in his life through sheer physical force. Because this is the only biological connection he has left in the entire world, and he's not ready to let it go.
Finn, let's go! He's not worth it!
Martin asks the Voidcaster to make the portal bigger, and the pressure tears Finn's arm off at the elbow. A drop of Guardian blood hits the stump, and instead of regrowing flesh and bone, it grows a flower. A small flower at the end where his arm used to be. Martin doesn't even look back. He's already gone through the portal.
That I actually forgot about.
And I want you to think, why a flower? The show could have done anything with that moment. Given Finn a robot arm immediately, or skipped the intro entirely. But instead, it shows this specific image. The girl is gone. The arm is gone. What does a 15-year-old do with all of that? This is what Breezy is about. And it's the episode most people completely misread.
I'm lost in
Misread.
the darkness.
Alright.
What will this bring?
On the surface, it's a simple story. Finn visits a doctor, tells her he's feeling completely numb. She tells him to enjoy himself, and he interprets that as kiss as many princesses as possible. See a goofy episode about...
Hey, slow down with the kissing. That's not what the doctor meant.
Finn kissing princesses, but adults see a teenager desperately trying to fill a hole inside himself.
Leave me out with lots of girls. I will.
Jesse Moynihan, who co-storyboarded it, claimed it was a deeply personal episode based on things that have happened to me in my life. He did not elaborate, but he did not need to. The subtext in every frame of this episode is not subtle if you're old enough to read
Not
it.
subtle.
Breezy, you gotta stay
If you're
free.
old enough.
Free to make out with whatevs.
A person coming out of 2 consecutive losses,
Finn.
one romantic and one paternal, filling the void with compulsive behavior. And the show commits to it completely, while also being an episode about a bee named Breezy, who has had a crush on the flower growing on Finn's missing arm. That's the genius of it. Frost and Fire reveals that Finn is capable of selfishness that causes real damage. Escape from the Citadel reveals that when the damage comes from the outside, there's nothing he can do to stop it. And Breezy reveals what a person looks like when they have absorbed both of those things and have absolutely no idea what to do next.
I'm lost in the darkness, Breezy.
That's what makes Season 6 so brutal. Finn survives all of it. He keeps being a hero. He keeps saving people. But the version of Finn from Season 1 never comes back. In his defense, Bro is 15, so he gets partial credit for being a child who did not know what he was doing. Finn's damage was so loud you could see it. The next character's damage was invisible, and that made it so much worse. Dipper Pines is 12 years old, spending the summer in GravityFalls with his twin sister Mabel, and the kid with the plan. Always. He has the journal, the theories, the analysis. He prepares for scenarios before they even happen. His intelligence is the thing he trusts most about himself.
Dipper literally prepared for a scenario before it happened, so he can prevent it from ever even happening or ever starting in the first place.
The armor he wears into every situation.
He only does
My
it
sister could be in
because
trouble. It was time to get some evidence.
But beneath all of that, there is something the show planned since Season 1 and spends 2 seasons proving, and Dipper never sees it coming. In Season 1, Episode 19, Dreamscrapers, Bill Cipher enters Stan's mindscape to steal the combination to his safe. Dipper, Mabel, and Zeus follow to stop him. Inside Stan's mind, all of his memories exist behind doors. One of them is labeled Dipper Memories.
Kid's a loser. He's weak. I just want to get rid of him.
Those are the words the kid overhears in the memory, where Zeus asks Stan how he feels about Dipper, and Dipper closes the door immediately. Does not want Stan to finish the sentence, does not question whether there might be more context. He goes straight to the others and announces it as fact. Stan hates me.
Dipper, I'm sure that's not true.
I saw it with my own eyes.
He's completely certain. The kid who loves analyzing everything and demands evidence for every claim literally has a journal full of documented observations, heard half a sentence not intended for him, and accepted it as confirmed truth without a second thought.
Dipper, you're a cool dude, but
this isn't cool, dude.
The memory gets resolved later. Those words were things people said about Stan when he was Dipper's age. Stan is hard on Dipper specifically because he sees himself in him and wants to toughen him up before the world does it worse.
I'm actually proud of him. Just don't ever tell him that.
So basically, he sees Dipper in him, and he don't want Dipper to fall in the same category when he been Dipper age. I understand.
His head's
now.
big enough as it is.
But it does not undo what the episode revealed. A kid that insecure, that red.
You're enjoying this deep dive so far. Drop a quick like on the video and smash that subscribe button right now. It takes 1 second and helps Reaction L reach our 3,000 watch hours.
The worst about himself does not
Yeah,
need
like,
much.
you
Half a
heard
sentence
half
from
a
behind a
sentence,
closed
and
door
then
was
really
enough to
hear
bypass every
everything,
bit of that
and you just
intelligence
thought
and land
about the
directly on
worst
something
thing
he
about
already
yourself.
feared was true. That's not a mystery Dipper can solve his way out of. And the next episode proves it from a completely different angle. In Season 2, Episode 2, Into the Bunker, Dipper finally confesses to Wendy.
This is the
I never even
one
got a
where,
chance to tell you. I'm like
I gotta
in
say
love with you.
This is the one where a 12-year-old Dipper like an older woman. And that was Wendy. And the crazy thing about Wendy do like Dipper as friends. Their age gap is so much further away that Wendy don't like them like that.
Wendy?
That sadness was short-lived, as it turns out.
Yeah.
I always kinda knew.
Wait, you did?
He gets rejected
Wow.
with the classic, I value our friendship too much. But the thing is,
yeah,
she could
if I
hear him
like-
whispering things
if
under
I
his
like
own
a
breath
older
around her
woman
the
at
whole
different
time.
age,
He's been confessing
and the
out
girl,
loud the whole time,
put
and he
down like
heard
that,
it and said
I probably
nothing
might
for
feel
the entirety
devastated
of
too.
Season 1, and
But
smiled
you gotta
and acted
understand.
like everything was normal. The Wendy that existed in Dipper's head, the one he did not notice, the one he was secretly and safely crushing on, never existed.
Yeah.
She was always aware. That's its own kind of devastation. But
Oh,
it gets
so she was
worse.
always
Because the
aware,
third
but
episode
not
doesn't attack his
dear.
insecurity or his romantic life. It goes after the one thing Dipper never questioned. In Dipper and Mabel versus the Future, Ford offers Dipper the chance to stay after summer as his apprentice. It's everything he has ever wanted.
Your parents would be thrilled I could give you such an advanced
Everything
education.
that Dipper
Learn
ever
from
wanted.
the greatest
But
mind
did
he's
Dipper
ever
turn it
encountered.
down?
Become
Or did
something
he actually
extraordinary.
went for
Dipper
it?
considers it. And Mabel finds out. And Mabel, who has always been Dipper's one constant, the relationship that was never in question, panics so badly that she makes a deal with Bill Cipher to extend the summer. In turn, it triggers Weirdmageddon, the literal apocalypse.
Wow.
Gate between worlds has opened!
Oh,
Mabel made the deal.
my
Mabel
God.
is responsible for what her choices caused. But the reason Mabel made that choice is that Dipper was considering a future that did not include her. And that broke something in her.
That's what Mabel did. Because what Dipper was doing is he was making his own future that have nothing with Mabel in it, and he's leaving Mabel on the sideline all alone by herself to do whatever she wanted to do. That kind of messed up. But that kind of messed
She
up
did
what
not know how to
Mabel
handle.
did.
For the first time in his life, Dipper discovers something terrifying. Intelligence
Oh, wait,
is not
wait,
always
terrifying?
the solution. Sometimes it creates the problem.
I don't know. Maybe I'm making the wrong decision.
These
You
three
might-
episodes strip away
but you gotta
everything Dipper
understand,
hides
are you
behind.
really
His
making the
intelligence
right
could not
decision
stop his
or the
insecurity.
wrong one?
It could not save his relationship with Wendy, and it could not protect
It
the
can't
person
really
he
not save
cared about
relationship with Wendy.
most.
You realize that
Like,
they
you will never
probably
get
always got
a
your back.
girl like
The
Wendy.
smartest kid in
Ever.
GravityFalls spent 2 seasons learning a lesson nobody can prepare for. Some problems cannot be solved. They can only
Yeah,
be
some
survived.
problems can't be
Dipper's
solved,
damage
and
lived
most
inside his
problems
head.
that you
The
try
next
to
character's
solve it,
problem was the
isn't gonna
opposite.
work out.
Everyone could see it.
Opposite.
He just couldn't.
Margaret totally just smiled
You
at me.
kidding?
No, she didn't.
Alright.
Yes, she did.
Mordecai is one of RegularShow's protagonists. He's the responsible one,
He is
at least
the
compared to Rigby.
responsible
His
one,
emotional arc
and
for the
Rigby
first
is
4
like
seasons
the
of the show is
goofy one.
Margaret.
And
She
Mar-
works at a
no,
coffee
good.
shop
I
near
think
the
Mordecai,
park,
like,
and he's in
between
love with
responsible
her.
and goofy.
But he also has
He do
one
White House
catastrophic
in
weakness. The second
With,
his
Patrick.
feelings become real, he freezes. For 4 full seasons, he's always one excuse, one bad moment, one
See,
act of
This just the same as Dipper. But Mordecai are old enough to actually date Margaret. And instead of Mordecai be a man about it, Mordecai kept his feeling about Margaret for 4 seasons straight. Who does that?
cowardice away from the conversation he needs to have.
I'm here to lay it down.
He had to-
He's the guy who waits until the moment
Lay
passes
down.
and then
See,
acts surprised
I'll
that
not
it
be a-
passed. We've
Mordecai.
all met him. Some of us have been him.
If y'all like girls and y'all like this specific one, be a rippy. Be straight up about it and stand up and actually tell the girl who you like. Don't be a Mordecai and wait way too long and then be too late to get the girl you like.
That's what makes what happens to him so uncomfortable to watch. In Season 4's finale, Stake Me Amadeus, the show finally sets the moment up. Mordecai has decided he's ready.
Hey girl, I want you to be my everything.
Hey, girl.
He books a table at the nicest restaurant in the show and rehearses what he's gonna say. He then picks Margaret up. Tonight is the night. 4 seasons of Almost, and Mordecai is finally ready to smash.
Will you be my girlfriend?
But that doesn't go as planned, because Margaret pulls out an acceptance letter. Turns out she
said, I'm sorry, but I can't. I got a second letter to during school. And it hold up. So you can't do a long distance relationship? You can't do that? I expect it. A lot of women can't handle doing a long distance relationship.
Got into her dream college and she's leaving.
I'm sorry, but I can't be your girlfriend.
I mean, Margaret doesn't really do anything wrong. She got into her dream school.
Really does.
She's making the right decisions for her life. And that's the cruelty of the whole situation. There is no villain here. There's just timing. And timing is the one thing Mordecai actually controlled. He had 4 seasons to say something.
See, I was right. Yo, Mordecai had 4 seasons to have time to prepare, practice, and could go on for it. You have Ribby, that dumb one, who that girl Eileen. And what happened? Before 4 seasons even came, Ribby went for him move on Eileen, but you couldn't go and move Margaret? Bullcrap.
2. Season 3. Any of the 50 opportunities the show practically dropped in his lap, he passed on every single one.
Do you want to, have me
the show
pick up
really
that box?
handed
The episode ends with Mordecai on the roof of the park with Wrigley, completely shattered. Most characters learned from that. Mordecai didn't. 2 seasons later, the show gave him everything he couldn't build with Margaret, and he destroyed it the exact same way. He built something new with CJ, a cloud woman who literally turns into a storm when she's upset, which turns out to be the perfect metaphor for what loving Mordecai feels like.
What happened, y'all? This man's still thinking, Margaret. Bro, you got CJ. Why are you still thinking about Margaret?
Thought I'd met a nice guy, but I should have known.
They're actually good together. He has what he couldn't build with Margaret. The show wants you to believe he learned something. And then comes Muscle Man's wedding, and Mordecai gets the microphone, and everything falls apart in real time.
I don't know if there's one perfect person out there for me. I've been ignoring my gut.
Standing at the podium in front of everyone, with his actual girlfriend sitting in the room, Mordecai gives a speech about soulmates. He says he's not even sure.
I don't actually know if there's any special one for me. But CJ is right there in front of you, staring at you, and you say you know? Oh, come on.
Soulmates exist and commits one of the most painful acts of self-sabotage in cartoon history.
So where's my soulmate? Are they in this room? It could be anyone.
The only person he doesn't point to is his actual girlfriend.
What would you do if your partner gave a wedding speech like Mordecai? Will you walk out immediately?
It's literally right there. And just like what any self-respecting lady would do after a stunt like this, CJ dumps him.
You didn't even point in my direction.
The
show's creator confirmed CJ never spoke to Mordecai again after this. Not once. And the series ends with Mordecai married to Steph, a Batwoman who appears only in the final episode, with zero connection to anything that happened.
And I'm really confused on how we get 4 fucking seasons on Mordecai being a little bitch about Margaret, and then CJ having a real relationship and he could have with Margaret. Then while I'm dating CJ, thinking about Margaret on the other side. Then we're my soulmate. Is there any special one for me? And you looking off to the side, and your girlfriend sitting right there in front of you, get dumb, and then come in. You not with Margaret, you not with CJ, and you with a whole new bitch that we just met at the end. What the?
The 8 seasons.
I'm gonna make my move.
I'm calling down.
The show didn't give him Margaret, didn't give him CJ. It gave him a clean slate, because neither of the people he actually hurt could be the ending. These 2 episodes reveal Mordecai's actual tragedy. His problem was that when the moment cost something, he made it about himself. With Margaret, he waited until the window closed. And he didn't lose CJ because he wasn't ready. He lost her because he finally had what he wanted and still couldn't stop looking somewhere else. Mordecai's damage was quiet, mostly internal. But the next character's damage was none of those things. In fact, it left him broken on the floor of an empty room at 3 in the morning.
Here, take it easy, Titans. Combat practice is this afternoon.
Robin is the leader of the Teen Titans. No powers, no magic, no alien abilities. Just discipline, control, and an almost
but he got martial arts skill because his dad, Batman. So, cause look, Batman got no powers, but martial arts skills.
Healthy need to stay one step ahead of everyone else. Robin is my mom, and like most people who need to be in control of everything, the moment he loses it reveals something he cannot take back.
This isn't over.
It's just getting started.
The show treats that like a strength. It takes 2 episodes across 2 seasons to prove it was always a liability. The first episode is Apprentice in the season 1 finale. Slade, Robin's primary antagonist all season, injects nanobots into the other 4 Titans' blood. He gives Robin an ultimatum.
If you never speak to your friends again, I will allow them to live.
Robin gives in. He puts on Slade's colors, and for the first time in this series, Robin becomes the thing he fights. What follows over the 2-part episode is Robin stealing, fighting his own teammates in a real fight, not a training exercise, and threatening a civilian.
But he didn't really fight his teammate for a reason, no reason. It was for a reason because he didn't want to see Slade hurt his teammate, so the best thing he could have done was actually fight his teammate.
For information. All of it under Slade's orders. All of it to protect his team. And the show does not soften any of it. We get to see what Robin looks like when the heroic framework that defines his entire identity gets stripped away.
What happened?
They're not your friends anymore.
Eventually, he breaks free, infects himself with the same nanobots to neutralize Slade's leverage, forces Slade to deactivate them or lose his apprentice, and the Titans defeat him together. Classic hero ending. Except, there is one problem. During the episode, Slade has Robin pinned down and tells him something. He monitored Robin's vital signs during the heist. High adrenaline, endorphins. Robin got a thrill from it. And the worst part, he never argues.
You enjoyed stealing from me. It was a thrill.
Slade didn't corrupt Robin. He found something that was already there, and Robin knows it.
What?
He cannot unknow it. 2 full seasons later, in season 3's episode Haunted, Slade is dead. He's been dead since the season 2 finale. Robin finds Slade's mask in a storage box and picks it up. Inside the mask is a chemical agent Slade left as a final trap. Robin inhales it and
like some type of smoke that neutralizes the brain to make you think that somebody there, but not really there.
Everywhere. In the tower, in the city, in his own room.
You let him get away!
But, Robin, there was no one there.
The hallucinations are physically real to Robin, in that they cause real physical sensations. Every punch he throws at Slade connects with himself. He spends an entire night alone in a dark room fighting a dead man that only he can see, sustaining real injuries from his own fists, completely convinced the fight is real.
Since when is Robin into mime?
Yeah, funny, until you realize he's been alone in that room for hours. Anyway, when the Titans finally reach him, he's beaten, bleeding, and barely standing. When he notices that Slade has taken 0 damage, while he himself is covered in injuries, Robin says,
I've been fighting Slade for so long, I guess it's hard to just let it go.
That line changes everything. Because Robin doesn't blame the chemical. He doesn't blame the mask. He doesn't even blame Slade. He blames himself. Apprentice breaks Robin's image of himself. Haunted shows what 2 seasons of living with that knowledge does to a person. Robin needed Slade to be alive. He needed the fight to still be happening. Because without the fight against Slade, Robin does not know who he is.
But sometimes I feel like I'm the only one still looking for him.
The obsession, which I think most viewers in season 1 read as admirable dedication to justice, was always something more desperate than that. Most heroes are defined by what they protect. Robin was defined by what he couldn't let go. He couldn't stop thinking about the villain. Pearl couldn't stop thinking about Rose. The difference is that one obsession lasted a few years. The other lasted 5,000.
This one, Pearl obsession, I hear that in most of the episodes, Pearl obsession with Rose was so much messed up. Like, you gotta understand, Rose died to have Steven. And every time Steven used that gem, you always think Rose. And like every villain always thinking Steven is his mother. Just because he got her powers?
The words she could share with no one else. I was there to listen.
Pearl is one of the three crystal gems who raised StevenUniverse. She's precise, loyal, occasionally insufferable in the way that someone becomes when they have devoted themselves so completely to one person that they never fully developed an identity outside that devotion. For the first 2 seasons of StevenUniverse, you understand Pearl as someone who loved Rose Quartz and has never recovered from losing her.
Well, I think you're pretty great.
That understanding is correct. It's just massively incomplete. And 3 specific find out how incomplete it was. In Season 1, Episode 45, the Crystal Gems find an ancient scabbard that belongs to Rose's sword.
Your mother led us to glorious victory.
Pearl immediately knows exactly where the sword must be. She takes Steven on a 3-hour hike and a vertical climb to a secret armory because she was the one person Rose told everything to. When they arrive at the armory, Steven tells her he has already been here with Lion.
Because if Rose had a lion, I would have known about it.
Pearl can't believe there's a whole part of Rose's life that she was specifically excluded from. And the evidence for that exclusion...
I think Pearl mad because like some things Rose didn't want to tell Pearl everything because you should tell people the major pieces of your life.
Fusion has been living with Steven, enormous and pink and impossible to miss this entire time. She gets so overwhelmed by it that she nearly let Steven fall off a cliff.
Pearl!
This episode shatters the belief Pearl built her entire life around. She thought she was the exception, the one person Rose never kept secrets from. She believed her devotion was met with a matching level of trust and openness. Lion made that belief impossible to maintain. And Pearl cannot function in the moment she loses it. In Season 3's episode, Mr. Greg, the show does something no one expected. It puts Pearl, Steven, and Greg, the man Rose actually chose, in a hotel room together.
And don't forget Mom!
And then makes Pearl sing about it. Greg just inherited $10 million. The man's rich, but the episode is almost entirely musical. And late at night, when Steven and Greg are asleep, Pearl stands alone on the hotel balcony and sings.
It's isn't it?
She's singing about what it felt to fight alongside Rose for thousands of years, to be the one constant in her life. And then watch Rose choose someone else. Greg arrived, and Rose chose him. And Pearl had been sharing a planet and his son in thousands of years of grief with the man Rose
you don't see Dorian worrying about Rose. You don't see Sapphire and Ruby worrying about Rose. You don't see anything worrying about Rose every episode. It's like everything that reminds you of Rose, you go right back to crying or thinking, what could I have done? You could have done nothing. Rose gave up her life to have Steven. You need to stop worrying about Rose.
Once been able to say directly what that cost.
Why can't I move on?
Pearl wasn't grieving a friend. She was grieving someone she loved. For the first time, Pearl was finishing a sentence she had been sitting with for thousands of years. In an empty hotel room, alone, at 3 in the morning, where no one has to see it. Well, at least, that's what she thinks.
Greg!
I'm sorry you had to be around me.
Dad!
That's the episode Rose's scabbard opened fully. The fracture that episode created, Pearl's certainty cracking, is what made this song possible. What I'm trying to say is, you need Rose's scabbard for It's Over, isn't it, to land the way it does. And then Season 5, Episode 18, A Single Pale Rose, detonates everything. Across the entire run of StevenUniverse, every time the subject of Pink Diamond's shattering comes around Pearl, her hands fly to her mouth. She physically cannot speak. Steven asks her directly if she shattered Pink Diamond, and Pearl chokes on the words, hands covering her mouth, unable to answer.
It's okay.
She probably knows something.
The episode explains why. You see, Pink Diamond was never shattered. She was Rose Quartz all along. She and Pearl faked the assassination together, so Pink could abandon her colony and live freely on Earth as Rose. And before she left, Pink gave Pearl one final order as a diamond.
Please, let's never speak of this again. No one can know.
Now, Pink Diamond has been gone for thousands of years, and Pearl has been living with this secret, unable to speak of it every single day since then.
She knew
every time the diamonds grieved, every time the crystal gems talked about Rose, every time the truth would have changed something, helped something, healed something. Her hands flew to her mouth, and the words physically stopped there.
Sorry to make you come all this way.
And here's the detail I cannot get past. Pearl found a way around it. She placed her phone inside her own gemstone, sent Steven a text from inside her own gem, and told him to go in and find it. When Steven comes back out, Pearl says, I wanted to tell you for so long. Yeah, man, 5,000 years is fairly long,
5,000 years
She'll
is
never
a
be the
long
same
time.
again. Every Pearl
keep
scene
a
across
secret like
5
that.
seasons was always building to this. For the first time in more than 5,000 years, the secret is out.
Mom was Pink Diamond.
Wow.
Pearl is the only character in this video whose break is also a release. Every other character on this list ends damaged. Pearl ends free. These 5 characters were always
Pearl do end free, but most of the characters in here end up damaging their own episode or own life, or they're like trauma to their own life.
in a break. The show just made you watch it happen, and now you can't unsee it.
No left hard cold like December. Yeah. Try